think I can go live. And if this video is unclear, just please tell me because I don't think I have the greatest reception at the moment. But anyway, welcome. Welcome, you guys. For those of you that have been following me, I'll give you guys an update. So um, let's start from the beginning. I recently escaped from my sister. I'm 55. My sister, who is a narcissist. Uh, in 2023, I escaped from a horrible narcissist that I was in a relationship with for 6 years. I escaped that relationship and moved in with my sister. And my sister and I have never, ever, ever had an argument, fight, nothing ever. Okay. Uh, while I was living with the narcissist, I created a successful business. And when I left the narcissist, I brought that business back and stayed with my sister and started living with my sister and made my sister 50% partner. Okay. Because we've never had a problem. I was like, what better way, help my sister out, help me out, everything at the same time, pay her house off, pay off all the bills, blah, blah, blah. Right. Once, I'm trying my best to tell this story. I know I'm going to get better and better as I tell the story. But for now, what I did was I noticed when I was working the business, my sister wasn't participating. She wasn't putting in her 50%, but she was still wanting 50% of the profits. And I was like, no, that's using me. If I'm doing all the work and you're taking 50% of the profits, that's using me. So I said no. I said, no, I don't agree with that. And remember, at this particular time, we're not really fighting or anything. We're just having a discussion. And once I said, okay, how about this? To save you paying 50% because she's not going to get any money. I wasn't going to allow that. That was just using me. So I said, why don't you just sign off your name off the business and then we'll just revisit this later and then I'll just move it out of your house and da da da. She said, no. I said, what do you mean no? What are you talking about? You're not working 50%. I said, well, you can't have 50% of the profits. You know what she said to me? Oh no, you made me 50%, so I'm going to take 50%. I said, it, it was like I was in the twilight zone. I'm like, is this really happening? Are you really saying that to me? And she was dead serious. Once I disagreed, I said, no. I said no, and we were going back and forth, throughout the week, and she was just not stopping. She was. I don't know. It was weird. Next thing you know, one day on December 19th, 2024, I hear a hard bang at the door. No, excuse me. When I told her no, the first thing she told me, you got to get out of here. You got to get out of my house. I said, okay, that's not a big deal. All right. I mean, it shocked me, but I was thinking in my mind, once I'm out of here, this will never happen again. But she had a different type of plan. So once I said, okay, well, it's going to take me, 30 days and all this stuff I got to move my business and the stuff. I said, okay, not a problem. She was like, oh, no, you need to be out tomorrow. I said, I am unsure why you're talking like that, but that's completely impossible. I can't do that. I got a business to move and myself. And she just kept on and on. And I was like, well, no, I just was telling her, no, I can't do it that fast. So I'm not moving that fast. Stop saying it, right? Next thing you know, I hear a hard bang at the door. It's two police officers at my door, banging on my door, talking about, you have 15 minutes to leave, Mr. Young. Your sister just said she's in fear of her life. Thick stack of paperwork. I was looking at this thick stack of paperwork like, what could possibly be in that paperwork? They said you have 15 minutes to leave. I was in shock. I was like, what do you grab in 15 minutes to do? So the only thing I could think of was my essentials. I had to hurry up. The officers were nice. Let me make sure that's clear. The officers were not rude. They were like, hey, you could take, not completely take your time, but you don't have to rush. let me email my customers, hey, this stuff, it won't be coming, blah blah blah, right? I said, this is after the fact now. You guys know what today's date is. I'm trying to tell a story, right? At that moment, I asked God, I said, God, what am I going to do now? God said, you're gonna drive over to your friend's house where they had your friend's house where him and his wife have a room waiting for you. Drove right over there, and that's what it was, right? My next question to God was, after reading all the paperwork, reading all the lies in there, he's this and that, and I'm like, where's she getting all this stuff for? We have never, ever, ever fought in our lives. How is that possible? So I'm reading it. I'm crying. You go through the. I was going through this phase to where I can't believe it. I can't believe it. After I got out the house, I asked God. I said, God, what am I going to do about this protection order? It's full of lies. What do I do? God said, go to court. Just tell the truth, and the judge will dismiss it. Will deny it because it was a temporary protection order. On December 26th, 1 week later, the protection order was denied. Okay. And then I said, after that, I said, okay, God, how do I get all my stuff back? Every single thing that I own, plus my business property. So I couldn't even make any money. I was stuck. My sister was trying to destroy Nick. She was trying to destroy me. And still, I'm just in denial. I can't believe this is my sister. I said, how am I going to get all my stuff back? God said, you're going to go and take it back, and I'll protect you. And what I did was I grabbed a crowbar, drove over there with a truck, and broke in the house, bust the window, crowbarred open the garage door, pop, alarms going off. I can hear the police coming. I can hear them in the background. I said, they're coming for me. Yes, they are. God said, don't worry about it. Show them the denial paperwork and they'll leave you alone. They pulled up. I showed them the denial from the judge. Denial. They said, all right, sir. See you later. There's no crime breaking into your own house. God. And then once they got a call from her, once they got a call from my sister, they turned around and said, hey, Mr. Young, we're going to wait here because we're going to make sure there's no trouble happening. So as I'm packing my stuff, the police stood by and watched me pack up every single thing that I own, everything. Okay, that's December. That was on December 30th. December 30th is when I went over there, broke in, because what she did was called illegal eviction. She tried to use the system, lie to the system as if she was in danger. They're going to naturally go ahead and pull me out. Of course, I get it. I totally get it. But once I just wrote the truth. No thick stack of paperwork. No countering every single lie that she wrote. I just went in there and told the truth. Judge denied it. And I didn't realize this at the moment. I didn't realize this. Once the judge denied the protection order, is that it is as if it didn't exist. So I can go home anytime I want. But she thought, since she changed all the locks and the combination to the alarm code, I wasn't going to be able to get anything. That's what she thought. She thought for sure I was going to get arrested. I know she thought that. I knew she did. God said he was going to protect me, and he did. This is why I really want to tell this story, because I did something that very few people would ever do. Don't get me wrong. I called the police first. I said, hey, this is the deal. She did this. The protection order is denied. They said, you live there. She can't do that. I said, okay. And I went there and did exactly that. Got every single, God said, I'm going to take it back. And I got back every single thing that I own, including my business equipment, everything. On December 31st, guess what? I signed a new lease on my own place. Sure did. On December 31st, 12 days later, December 19th, she kicked me out of the house. December 31st, I have my own place. That's how God works. That's how he works. God, in December, in 2023, I left a narcissist, a horrible one. I was in a 6-year relationship one. That relationship prepared me for the harder one, which was my sister. So when I saw my sister doing traits, because I was in denial about it for a long time, I was like, she's saying things, she's doing certain things in her personal life, all that good stuff. I'm like, she is a narcissist, sure is. But I still was in denial. I was like, but we'd never had a fight in our lives. She wouldn't do that to me. She wouldn't do that to me. That was a lie. That was a complete lie. That was a, just for those of you that are in these relationships with the narcissist, trust God. It's going to be hard. You're going to go through this phase. Don't. They're not going to do that to me. I'm gonna get them back. God, this is what God told me. Do not do anything in return. Linnell, you need to see this. You need to see what your sister he said, I said, God, what could possibly be in that? This is what I'm saying to myself without really knowing I'm saying it. What could possibly be in that thick stack of paperwork? You know what God said to me? Everything you wanted to know about your sister. She's going to tell you herself in that paperwork. And she did. She sure did. Listen, even while I was there packing up my things to take it away and the police were there, she was still just, but you got to remember this, narcissists, they don't like to act they don't like to act the way they do in private versus in public. So she had to contain herself in public in front of people, especially in front of the officers. But I could see she was burning up. She's recording me. You know what I was doing as she was recording me? I was just waving at the camera, whatever, whatever. But she knows as she's doing, mad, looking at me, she knows she's never going to see me again or talk to me again, ever, ever. I do not allow narcissists in my life in any form. It doesn't matter if you're family. It doesn't matter. I don't care if it's my kids. If I discover any of my boys are narcissists, they're out. They're out. I don't play with none of that no more. None of that. Now, what my goal is going to be, I'm going to help people discover who narcissists are, if they're in a relationship, how to get out. Trust God. He will get you out. He got me out twice. It was horrible. Absolutely horrible. But even though this was bad with my sister, I had the knowledge from the previous narcissistic relationship to help prepare me for this one. But he already had that planned. He said, Linnell, where I'm taking you, snakes can't come. Snakes can't come. He said, whatever your sister does, do not do anything back. You know how hard that is? That's very hard. He said, you just watch so you can believe it, because this is how much pain it's going to take for you to wake up and see your sister for who she is. And she's a snake. She's a narcissistic snake. Bad. She's a bad one. Bad one. She tried to put her own brother in jail. You hear me? Lied to the judge. But the judge, it was beautiful. It was two beautiful things. The judge saw right through it, and the police saw right through it. They were like, "Oh yeah, that's not a crime, Mr. Young. You can get your stuff. Not a big deal. You might have to pay for the door and the window. Hey, whatever. I don't care." Because she was trying to keep me. She was trying to keep my stuff back from me doing anything. She wanted to see me suffer because I wouldn't let her use me. Ain't that crazy? That's crazy. I experienced two. So I'm thinking, God, you must be preparing me for something. You obviously are preparing me for something, because if you got me out of twice, I live for you, God. I live for you. Does that mean I'm going to church and all this? No, I'm not into organized religion. I'm not in it. But it's easy to work for. If it's negative, it's not God. If it's positive, it is. It's not really difficult. You're like, how can you live the straight and narrow? It's not really difficult. Everybody knows it's not difficult. It was uh it was crazy. It was crazy. All the way, I mean, God took away every single bit of control she thought she had over me. Sure did. Sure did. Now I'm on the other side, thriving. And don't get me wrong, I'm healing. I'm healing. But I don't think it's going to take as long because I already went through a narcissistic relationship before. What's up, everybody? Let me see who's in the room. What's up, Sean? Thank you, brother, for your courage and testimony. Hey, this is God working through me now. I told him. I told God. God gave us all the gift of choice. Guess what I said to God? God, I use my gift to choose you for the rest of my life. That's what I said, for the rest of my life. He turned he turned a situation. He did all of this, listen, in 12 days. 12 days. From being kicked out of the house on December 19th to having my own place by December 31st. By December 31st. That was God. Here I'm thinking, oh, I gotta get lawyers. And no, he's like, no, no. The narcissists don't know that she can't break the law. The narcissist can, but she's narcissists are so into their stuff, their world or whatever. They think they can bypass the law. She thought she could just do that, kick me out, change the law. Now you can't come in and get your stuff. No, I can still do that. God said she don't know that. That's you're gonna get it, and I'm gonna protect you. And he did. The first thing people would believe, oh man, I'm gonna get arrested. The police are no, they're not. Because you're following the law. It was beautiful. Oh man, that was beautiful. Hello, Karen. Hello. But why the cops? I know. See those questions? Have no idea. Something I would never, ever have done. Call the police? No. Mm-mm. It's a control thing. Hello, cartoon. David, nice beer. Appreciate it. Thank Everybody loves my beer. And it's dry as I don't know what right now. I just washed it. I got all my things back. Oh man. So for the people stuck in those situations, listen, I'm a living testimony. Trust God. Trust God. Trust God. I know when you're in it, I felt like I was asking her, hey, can I at least get my personal belongings? She thought she had full control. Full control. Thanks, James. What's up, man? How you been? How's everything going? Good. How you doing? How's everyone doing this evening? Bobby, hello. Thank you, thank you. QQ, looking fresh. Thank you, thank you. Andre, hello. God rather show you, but he will tell you. And when he speaks to you, listen. When he speaks, you listen. No matter what you got going, for sure, for sure. It's a lot of noise. You don't realize that there's a lot of noise. You got to listen to God in silence. Turn your phone off. This is serious. When you talk to God alone, turn your phone off. When you turn your phone off, when you see yourself powering your phone off, you know for a fact that there's no chirp, but there's no ding that's gonna come out of this phone, because you don't realize how attached you are to the phone for every sound. Turn it off and speak to God. He will answer. And when you ask, this is important. This is the important part. When you ask for God's help, do not try to dictate how he's going to help you. Do not, because you're not going to like it. It's not going to feel good. It's not going to, but he's doing it to get you out of that situation for sure. I don't know why my son keeps. Okay. He knew, put it this way, God knew it was going to take that much pain for me to accept. I know this is crazy, to accept that my sister is a narcissist and she's a bad one. She is horrible. She's a horrible person, bad person. But now she knows I'm going to just call her by her name now. I'm not going to call her sister. She's not a sibling. She's nothing to me now. Nothing. I thank God for he showed me. Don't let him get into your head for sure, Sankey. Okay, Benjamin says, I'm selling government issued baby. Okay, whatever. All right. Not her letting you come and get your stuff. She sound diabolical. Hey, she not only listen. Not only did she not let me get my personal belongings, she didn't let me get any of my business equipment to make money. I'm like, why are you doing that? Because just because I wouldn't let her use me. Ain't that crazy? Because I wouldn't let her use me. I was like, this. I kid you not, you guys. This is the crazy part. This is the crazy part. And I kind of had a hint. I remember, I remember when I left the narcissist and came back to live with my sister, the narcissist was begging me, crying, leaving voicemails, calling members, doing flying monkey stuff. And then she called my sister one time. She called my sister crying, just, I don't know why Linnell is there. Just the stuff that narcissists do. I said, hey, listen, I said to my sister, if the narcissist call you, don't tell me what she says. Don't tell me why, what. And I remember looking at my sister's face. She was kind of excited to hear what the narcissist had to say. I thought that was weird. I was like, I'm saying this to myself. You look kind of excited to want to hear what the narcissist want to say. Well, anyway, well, one day my sister had came home and she had called me. She said, hey, I'm coming home with some groceries. Can you help me get the groceries out the thing, out the car when I pull into the garage? I said, okay. When I go into the garage, I say, hey, where's the stuff? She goes, shh, shh, shh. I'm on the phone. Like, I'm on the phone. Oh, I was like, oh, okay, because I don't know who she's on the phone with at the time. Well, later on, she told me that she was on the phone with a narcissist. And when I walked in the garage and said something, she said she heard the narcissist heard my voice on the phone and started crying hysterically on the phone because she heard my voice or whatever. She said, oh yeah, so and so started crying, and it's kind of a little smirk on her face. I said, hey, I don't want to know. I don't know why, what, whatever. That's between you. Anyway. And then now with this thing between my sister and I was like, I told her to her face, I said, hey, you remember how the narcissist was crying to you on the phone? I said, you're going to be crying just like her, but 50 times worse because I'm your brother. Because I'm your brother. Of 50 years, I'm your brother. Oh, no, I won't. I don't care about that. I'll be like, I'm thinking in my mind, whatever the devil is telling you in your head, he's leading you astray because yes, you are. You're going to be crying a lot. It was crazy. His 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 ways are not like our ways, sure ain't. Way too expensive. Not your sister. Aunt says, not your sister. I'm thinking it was your partner. You was talking. Yeah, I know. This was this was crazy. A lot of people come in and talk about the partners, but when it comes to family members now, and I'm gonna give you guys some advice, okay? With family members. All you have to do is pay attention to how they currently live their lives. Are they cheating? Are they cheating on their partners? Are they doing a lot of lying? Are they doing all you have to do is pay attention to that. See how they're treating other people. And you treat them wrong, you don't do what they say, you put up a boundary, you are seeing how they're going to treat you. You're seeing it. Don't let the word sibling, brother, sister, cousin get in between your vision like this. It's blocking you. If you put up a boundary and you don't, if you don't believe me, tell your sibling, your relative, your family member, tell them no. Tell them, no, you can't do this to whatever they're doing that you don't like, tell them no. You're going to find out real quick if they're going to switch on you. 9 times out of 10, if you see them doing that wrong to other people, they're going to do that to you. You can get ahead of the game right now because when I look back and I think about my sister, she has a current boyfriend, been cheating on the whole time. She would bring her side dude over after her boyfriend left while I'm at the house. You hear me? While I'm at the house, trying to introduce me to him. I'm like, hey, I pulled her to the side. I said, hey, don't get me involved in that. I don't want your boyfriend thinking I knew. You don't know what people will do. There's a million fatal attraction videos on YouTube of people just flipping out. I said, hey, don't put me in that. Do not do that. I'm not. I don't need to. I don't need to know your side dudes. I don't need to know nothing. But I should have known that it's time for me to get out of there. I should have known at that time. It's time for me to get out of there. You need to take a drink. What's up, Wayman? How you doing? It was pretty crazy. It was pretty crazy. Now I live for God. Does that mean go to church? No, I'm not in an organized religion. None of that. I just know that I live for Him now because He has saved me twice. Two major things. He's done a lot of things, but I'm just talking about the major ones. It was but from December 19th, 2024 to December 31st, that was 12 days. God is quick. God's fast. Long, he said, when I'm doing my work, just do not get in the way. I had to stay out of the way. I had to ignore everything she was doing, everything she was saying, trying to prevent me from trying to destroy me, all because I chose her not. I said, no, you cannot use me. I said, I know what you're doing. I see what you're doing to your boyfriend. You think you're going to do that to me? Absolutely not. You're not doing that to me. You got to get out. All right, I'll leave. She didn't want, narcissists never want you to leave on your own terms. They always want to destroy you on the way out. Why you want to destroy me? Because she couldn't control me. Sure couldn't. Man, let me tell you something. I have never ever gone to jail. I've never broken anybody's house. That felt good. That felt good to break in there. Hey, I saw the crowbar thing on TV. It works. It popped right open. Sure did. Bust the window. Pow! Busted right open. Alarm. The neighborhood was looking. Why is this alarm going off? And he's not turning it off. I don't have the alarm code. I even brought earmuff things to cover my ears while I was removing my stuff because I knew the siren in the house would be going off and I couldn't turn it off because I knew her. I knew she changed everything. That's what narcissists do. They don't want you to be good. They don't want you to be happy without them. They don't want you to be successful without them. They want to destroy you to be like them. They want to turn you into them. No, you're not turning me into you. All right, then I'm going to destroy you. No, you're not. You're not destroying nothing. I am a living testimony for millions of people that are currently going through this, knowing they have family members. Of course, you hear a lot of stories about the relationships, but a lot of people don't. Everybody knows they have a narcissist in their family. Every narcissist, listen, every narcissist belongs to somebody's family. They belong to somebody's family. Get over the family thing. Oh, hey, listen. If you identify a narcissist in your family, remove them ASAP. Remove them. I don't care what anybody in the family says. This is about you. My family was saying the same thing. Oh, Linnell, hey, listen, I don't care what you think. She is removed forever. I don't. God Himself has to tell me otherwise. Only God can make me tell me otherwise, for sure. Just before Christmas, huh? Just before Christmas, December 19th. She thought she was. Hey, listen, I had the best Christmas and New Year's with the family I stayed with. Sure did. It was beautiful, absolutely beautiful. What's up, Desmond? How you doing, son? I saw you calling. I was just on the live, so I was going to call you back after that. So, what's up, QJC? LJ, did the right thing by leaving. I'm being watching Fatal Attraction TV shows is crazy. I know. All you got to do is bring it up on YouTube. People think those are real stories, people. Those are real stories. I wasn't going to have that happen to me. I didn't want to be around that negative energy. She did me a favor. This is what my sister did. This is what God told me. I showed you what you asked for, Linnell. You asked for all this. I did. He knew when I said, I got to get away from this. I got to get away from this. And he did it. He sure did. Now I work for him. Now I do as he says. For sure. For sure. If you're in it, if you're in it, you can get out of it. You can escape them. All you got to do is trust God. That's all you got to do. Trust God. That's it. Just trust God, and He will get you out of any situation that you're in. Even how I thought for sure, I was thinking, what am I going to do, God? How am I going to make money? What am I going to do? God said, don't worry about that. I'll take care of that. And He did. He sure did. It's beautiful. It was beautiful. Man, I had to share this with you guys today, so you guys know how it works when you trust in God. You know, you think growing up, you think it has, you know, He's done it for me twice. He saved me twice. From now, I'm gonna live the rest of my life helping people identify, because I didn't know narcissistic people existed before 2023. I did not know any of that existed. And let me tell you something. If you've never experienced a narcissistic relationship or some kind of something in your life, once you experience it and then you talk about it, this cannot be faked. It's a language. They all do. The narcissists all do the same things. They have the same traits. They do this. It's crazy. But this is the superpower that you have now once you experience it, and then you get out on the other side of it. Okay. Narcissists do not know they are narcissists. They believe their perspective of the world is the only perspective of the world. That's their downfall, because it's not. Now I can see them. I can just listen to the way they talk, act. I hear them all the time in business. You know, if they writing emails, you can hear them. You can see them. It's not a big deal. I just cut them off real quick. It's not nothing. It's nothing. And my sister, being the closest person to me out of all my life, out of the whole family knew my sister and I were like this. Everybody knew that. Everybody knew that. Sure did. So if I escaped the hurt and the pain from a narcissistic sister, anybody below her is a piece of cake. I will destroy a narcissist very easily, just with words. I don't even have to say anything. They can feel my energy. They're terrified of me now. When I identify them, I look them straight in the eye. They don't like to look straight in the eye a lot. You just look them straight in the eye. Hey, yeah, I see you. I can see you. Not a big deal. Yeah, I see the way you're talking to other people. You're not doing that to me. These are no words. This is wordless conversation. Believe that. What's up, James? How you doing? Jimmy? Hey, listen, Threshold, they have no idea at all. None. That's the advantage that we have. If you're a person that has gone through the narcissistic, I don't even wish that on my worst enemy. You hear me? That's how bad it is. But God He always known through my life how much pain to give me, to not break me or whatever, right? Just enough. And this right here, let me tell you something. This right here, this was the worst in my life up to this point, because my life is not over. I don't say, oh, the worst in my whole life. My life is not over. I'm still talking up to this point in my life. It's down. Hey, listen, it's downhill from here. I'm skiing, baby, and I've never skied in my life. It's downhill. Everybody below my sister is a piece of cake. I'm going to help millions of people instill this in them so they can destroy the narcissist in their life, because they have to know that there are people. Listen, narcissists will know there are people like me that exist. You understand? They will know that. They will fear me when I walk into a room because they're weak cowards. They're all weak cowards. My sister, a weak coward. Weak cowards. Scared of everything. Terrified. Lying. Going to the police. Trying to put me in jail. You hear me? I've never been to jail in my life. And my own blood sister tried to do it. Sorry, didn't work. Police stood by. She was burning up. Couldn't do nothing. Crazy. Mm. It's crazy. From now on, I will dedicate my life to help people. To help people identify narcissists, see where they are. I'll tell you their traits, what they say, what they do. And really, it's more of like today it's more of like the obvious. It's really just the obvious. It's not really no. You could see them, but that'll be my job to help those. It's crazy. Would you say Roman says, understand, how do you want to let something go in a matter of days that took almost a lifetime to build? Oh, he's talking to somebody else. Okay, got it. But still, it's like for example, like still, it's like here you see threshold, right? Now you see a person like that, and they come in, they you got to remember they can only be talking about themselves because of they don't know. That's how you know when people don't know. So you just look at it, you just read it. Oh, okay, it's one of those people. It's not a big deal. You could just it's like this. This is the lovely thing. I could just block them and never see them again. It's not a big deal. God said there's always going to be people like that. Always, no matter the bigger. This is how you know when things are growing. When people can't help themselves, they just can't. They just keep doing it and doing it and doing it. That's how you know you're growing. Don't take any of that type of stuff negatively. Don't take it personally. Think about it in a Just think about it in a different. It's a different perspective. They don't know. That's it. That's it. As long as you know within yourself, that's all it needs. Because there's going to be. You think this is it? When I spread, like when I go over the United States and then the world, how many people you think gonna be talking to me then? Millions of people. I look forward to it. I got a shield, baby, and it's God. It blocks everything. Everything. You take. I take nothing personally. Nothing. Anything. Any person below my sister is a piece of cake. It's nothing. Prepare yourself for when it's your turn. When you go through this journey and you're going through your pain and your hurt and all that stuff, just heal yourself. It creates a shield. And then when you run into stuff like that, you don't even pay attention to it. Not at all. The only reason why I'm even bringing him up, so you guys can see it. So you can see what to do to handle it. They He's begging for my energy. Look at begging for it. Please talk to me. Respond to me. Please. No. I'll do it when I want to. And you just remove it. Just remove the letters or the things or whatever. That's it. This is for you. This is the love I have for you. This is the love from God. That's how beautiful He is. It's beautiful. Yes, thank you. I was on my so true. I was rushing through it real fast. I couldn't even. I was trying. That was my first time talking on a thing like that, so I was like, I was trying. I didn't want to take up too much of her time, and I know other people were trying to call in. So, and I knew she wanted some male callers, and I was trying to get in there and say something real quick. Excuse me, and say something real quick without taking up too much of her time. I found "Mommy So True" in at the end of 2023. Just a second. At the end of 2023. One second here. Okay. Yeah, and I saw her telling her story and stuff like that. I was just like, wow, this narcissistic stories cannot be they cannot be made up. Okay, once you go through this, it's a language. Once you hear a person talk, you can immediately tell a fake person if they're trying to make up a story about narcissistic relationships. Any questions of me? It's just a mommy so true got me to get up here on live and just tell my story honestly. That she was so. But that's all I wanted to talk to you guys about. And when I go live on my channel, I can't really go public until it can't be a public live until until I reach 1,000 people on this particular channel. So I appreciate you all. Thank you very much for joining. And until next time. All right. Later.